Are you ready to witness the magic of what landscaping can do when you're selling your home? Then stay tuned. Hi, this is Denise from Vivid Lifestyle Realty, your go-to source for all things lifestyle and real estate in beautiful Corona, California and the surrounding areas. Today, you're in for a special treat. We're going to be sharing landscaping tips that not only enhance your outdoor areas, but also can boost the value of your property. So let's dig right in. So number one, we're going to be talking about curb appeal. And we've talked about this in other videos. You can check those out on our YouTube channel. However, curb appeal is so important because when you're selling your property, or as a buyer, if you're watching this, when you drive by, that's the very first impression that they have of your home. And if that impression can make them pull over and come take a look, or call their agent and make them, set up an appointment for a showing, that is well worth the small amount of money that you can put into that to make a very big difference. So some of the things you can do for curb appeal is you can paint your garage door, your front door, or just anything that's looking a little shabby, you want to spruce up. Paint is a very good way to do that. Shutters, from shutters to your garage door to the front door, like I was just saying. And then also, if you're adding potted plants, you can buy potted plants straight from Home Depot, Lowe's, or your local garden center, and you can put those in the surrounding area to really give a boost of color. You can also plant actual things that will stay with the home when you leave, and that adds right when you plant things within that month. They're very vibrant, colorful, and it makes people's head turn and they want to stop and go in just from adding that, the warmth of flowers, the colors that reel you in, and sometimes even the scents when they're walking up, that those provide a very inexpensive way to get people to that shock value, to make them stop. Also, just mowing your lawn, filling in the little patches with sod or grass seed before you put your home on the market, and making sure you have irrigation, or that your sprinkler, you have your watering or your sprinkler systems are really keeping that area nice and green, and so that it's a very, very appealing for people as they're driving by. But edging, mowing the lawn, having plants, whether they're potted or that you have them planted or you're planting, and then touching up with some paint really can make a very, very big difference. Also, keeping the walkways clean. If there's any dead plants or things that don't look nice, trim them down, get rid of them. Also, you can add mulch. A trick that we have too for front yard and backyard is rubber mulch. So in California, with the heat, it's obviously wood, and I get very concerned about any kind of wood with termites. And then also, because it can get wet, they break and become there's a lot of splinter things for if you have animals or pets or kids, they can get splinters. They also fade very, very quickly. So out there on the market, we use it in our own property and love it, is rubber mulch. It's a little more expensive for a smaller bag. However, it doesn't really blow because it's heavier. It doesn't blow everywhere. It doesn't have splinters. It uses recycled materials, and also the color doesn't fade at all. We've had it for 6 or 8 years, and it doesn't fade at all. You do have to maybe get a bag or two here or there to replace some of the areas. However, it is one of the best things that we did because we don't have to do it every 2 years. It's not dangerous, and it's environmentally friendly. So that's a really good choice. They sell it at Lowe's and Home Depot in different colors. You can go check that out. All right, for number 2, we're going to be talking about trees and low drought or drought tolerant plants. And so if you can actually buy mature palm trees and mature trees at your local garden centers. You can look it up online as well. There's people that, like, we have actually had palm trees pulled up and they take them to the garden center and resell them. It's big demand, so that you're not starting in an area that's small. You can already provide shade, and that's less. If you can provide shade to your home, it's appealing for people to see mature trees that are well kept, or palm trees. That way it increases your privacy right off the bat. You're getting shade, which could also be energy efficient, where you're not having to use so much of, air conditioning throughout the summer months, could be all year round in California. And so that's a really great thing to do. You can buy mature trees, and then you have that instantaneous shade, you have privacy from your neighbors, and you have appeal when people are walking through your property. But the caveat is they need to be in really nice condition, and they need to be trimmed or well groomed. So that is what people are looking for. Fruit trees is a big one, as I'm taking my buyers around right now. Whenever a property has well maintained fruit trees, that's a big plus, whether it's oranges or tangelos or lemons, apples. A lot of times too, those fruit trees come in miniature size too, where they still provide really delicious grapefruit, but you're not going to get a 20-foot tree in 5 years. So that's also a good thing. You can plant more of those, still have really nice fruit trees. They're much easier to maintain, and they look really, really nice. They're stunning. So that's an option you can also take in. So whether it's front yard or backyard, trees in the front, trees in the back, it's very, very important to have some kind of, and if you don't mind waiting, you can plant, small trees, and then they look really nice and well manicured and easier to take care of at first. And then over time, you're going to get, the shade and energy efficient value. You're going to get the privacy value. So sometimes people will say, hey, where do I want a tree over here? That window's kind of looking into my house. My neighbor's a little close on this side. And you can strategically either plant full grown trees or small trees, and then they can grow over time. It's going to produce that same thing. One thing you really want to watch out for rats, for different things across the board, is if there's any, and also fire hardening, which is a very big thing in California for the fire department, or when they have to come check your property if you're selling your home, is to make sure no trees touch or are connected to touching your home or your roof. If that's the case, we have a palm tree that was already here when we moved in, and we constantly, every 6 months, we get tree trimmers to come out anyway, and they have to cut that so it doesn't go onto our roof. It makes scary, creepy noises. If you've ever had a tree where it's on your roof and you're like, what is that? Also, it's easier for animals and rodents to get on top of there and to get into your roof or find a way into your attic. And so it just really, and then termites and everything, you want nothing touching any areas of your home. If you're having bougainvilleas, or you're having, jasmines, we have jasmines on posts out front that we shape. But just make sure, for the most part, no trees are touching, or the leaves of trees are touching your property. You will thank me, and it will be so much easier when you sell your home on so many different levels. And it also looks much nicer. So yeah, those are things to do for trees. And then for drought tolerant plants, we have a lot of succulents. You can get potted succulents that are beautiful. You can plant them in the ground. They usually, if you get small ones, they're going to grow pretty big. So keep that in mind. Also, with succulents, a lot of them are very, very pointy on the ends, which we've learned this the hard way. They grow 5 feet later on. They're going across your property, and if they scratch you, you're going to bleed. So it is very pointy. Or you're trimming them, they're very dangerous and pointy. If they're hanging out and you have people walking their dogs or their kids, it can be a hazard and you can be responsible for that. So please just keep that in mind, that if they're pointy when they're little, they're going to be super pointy and super big, and you need to kind of control that and make sure that they're trimmed and they're in, particular areas. So you can read up on that. You can ask people at your, local garden center, and they can kind of tell you some things, but a lot of it's trial and error, and ours got too big and too pointy and we had to take it out. It was just a hazard. So looked really cool, but not worth it. So yeah, you want things that are going to be, easy to take care of, that they're going to be able to handle the California sun. So please, and if your property's in shade, your back or front yard's in shade or direct sunlight, you really need to look at that at plants as well. And sometimes a lot of places like Lowe's or Home Depot, if you have your pot and your plant dies, it's like a year warranty that you can bring it back and get another plant. So that's well worth it too. So just look at the different things the different garden stores offer, and then or home improvement stores like Lowe's and Home Depot, and you'll be surprised if something dies in the California sun, you can take it back and get something new. And then having landscapers always is not a bad idea if you don't have the time to do it. It's reasonable fees. It helps the small businesses. It helps you, and then your plants and your gardens and everything will stay fresher and look a lot neater, and your grass and trimming the whole year round. So that's it for trees and plants. So number 3, we're going to go into like quality hardscaping and then defining some outdoor spaces, and that's in front or in back, in the front yard or the backyard as well. So if you add, like we have stairs going down, we have retaining walls with lights, and just different things like that. If you're going to build stairs or retaining walls, or you already have them, you might as well add lighting to them. That is a really great feature that you don't think how much you're going to love it, but it keeps your house well lit until midnight or whatever, and you can put them on timers. And it also adds the hardscape element. So sometimes painting your hardscape and making it match the color of your home. You might have to do that every 5 to 7 years like your house, but it is because California sun definitely, dulls paint for sure. It's gonna, the color quality doesn't stay there for more than a couple years, but you want to pick colors that are not going to fade as fast, maybe tans, some lighter colors, medium browns, and grays. So, and then just, kind of touch them up as need be. And then you also, it gives like definition to the home. It makes people like double take, because it's not just a sidewalk going straight to your door. It adds so much power when and then it can also define a porch area, or it can define a deck area, or a outdoor fireplace, or a seating area, and all of those hardscaping elements, or pony walls where they can separate one area from another, just adds so much depth and so much defining of spaces that it really is eye appealing and creates an environment that is inviting for people, and that really helps when they're looking through your property, that hey, they not only upgraded these things, look at the size of this patio, or hey, that pony wall separates this from this, really, or stairs going up, like we have hardscape, but then we have stairs going up to all of our trees, so that your living area is not it enhances your living area. So it's not, I love trees and outdoor plants, but where a tree's not here, it's all on the outskirts and above, so that it doesn't cut into your outdoor living space, and it really makes that space seem bigger. And then defining things like having a hardscape, like you can do textured hardscape. You can mix grass and hardscape, and stones and walking stones and paths. If you have garbage cans, some people will drag it through their grass and down the hill and everything. If you hardscape a path, people that when you go to sell your house, You don't realize how many people find that easier to do, so it makes them want that property more just by adding a straight sidewalk to the curb. So you want to kind of have that mixture between hardscape, like patios where they can put a table and an umbrella and have like outdoor living space where you can eat. An area maybe for a barbecue grill or an island, a barbecue island. If you have fire pits, you can put them on hardscaped areas as well. And then just defining that, like, okay, here's a love seat and a couch and a fire pit. Okay, over here we're gonna have the big table that if we have a barbecue or whatever, everybody can sit around. Some people, if they have a barbecue island, have a little ledge where they can put bar stools, so it can be a bar area, it can be an eating area, it can be just hanging out area. So those things are to kind of define your spaces. This is the fire pit area. Oh, this is a bocce ball court. This is our island and our grill and our sink and our fridge. And this is our, and these can be on little, I mean, people have little islands. They just have a grill and a little fridge. There's a lot of different configurations, but having little spaces for everything is very clean, and it really provides, like, someone might not have thought about that, and then they have areas for all of their different needs and entertaining, and it makes it better than just having one open space that has a whole bunch of things thrown all over it. So you add that hardscape to give you different options. We also use turf because in California it's very, very difficult to keep your grass green where it doesn't turn into mud. We have furry babies, our dogs that go out there, and it is like a lifesaver. It's handled choo-choo trains, dogs going in and out, kids, it's handled all of it. And, 10 years later, it still looks brand new. So I love turf. I think it's an amazing thing. There's a lot of different companies you can use out there, but front yard and backyard, especially on your curb in the front, oh, we had so much trouble. People say, oh, it's expensive, but 8 years later, we're not having to replace sod and use tons of sprinklers and everything. Another tip for turf, we did leave our sprinkler heads in there because, like, our dogs will go to the bathroom. Every dog does, everybody does, but it rinses things down, or bugs or dust or smoke or anything that you have in California. It's good to kind of leave those in. You don't even close to use them as much, but it gives you an opportunity to rinse things down and keep it fresh. So there's those tips. So number 4, we're gonna dive into lighting, outdoor lighting, and then outdoor decor as well. So we had patio furniture and everything, and barbecues and all that, but when we added decor out there, it makes your space really feel like an outdoor living space. Like, I want to hang out here. We have never been in our backyard so much these last 10 years that when you make it so inviting, you even want to go out there more. So when people come to look at your home, buyers, sellers that are watching this, when buyers come through, they walk to the backyard and go, whoa, that not only is going to add value to your property, but it's going to make them want it more. And that is what it's all about, creating those spaces, upkeeping, adding the little touches to make it a wow factor where when someone looks at it, they want it. Maybe they couldn't see it before, but you're showing it to them now and how it's supposed to be, and they want that. And that provides buyers to find a great place to live, and sellers a better way to sell their home for more money and faster than they would if they didn't have those things. So if you add outdoor lighting, one of the things, you can add electrical lighting to your thing, even having your porch light on a lot of the times for security, and which outdoor lighting definitely provides extra security. So do our furry friends. They're better than an alarm system. But if you have outdoor lighting, people are less likely to come up to your property because everything's well lit. So even leaving a back light on and a front light on can make a big, big difference for security. There's also cameras and such and Ring doorbells that you can add for security as well, but just having something well lit really deters a lot of unruly things from happening. So we also use string lights. You can do so many things. We have posts in the, like little lights, solar lights in the back that you can just put along walkways. You can put on the side of things or in between things. They look really nice. They're not very expensive. They're solar, so that's always such a plus. And it provides lighting and enjoyment for you. It will definitely make a difference when someone's going to look at your house at any time of the day. Also, we have decor like these, I don't even know how to explain it, but you can do people have outdoor surfboard type things or Margaritaville signs. We have like a colorful metal gecko and some colorful metal artwork that really add to the scene of the backyard. And also they're solar. So they're solar. So when the sun shines down at night, they have little lights that light up in different colors. It really adds that like decorative, homey approach to the backyard or the front yard. But it also, when I'm out there, I enjoy those things as well. Like wind chimes that light up, just different things. Like I said, it doesn't have to be expensive. You can go to Home Goods or Marshall or Ross or Target. They all have these things. Pier 1 was a great, they have Pier 1 online, but Pier 1 was a great one that had a lot of unique things that you could get on sale, and it would provide light and a lot of like art and function in your backyard or front yard. And so just look around, be creative, and make your outdoor space something that you love, that you're interested in, and and it can really, you can make it come alive. And so adding lighting and like string lights we have across the backyard and around the patio, they're not expensive. They're Costco, Sam's have great deals on that. They're color changing. So Valentine's Day or Christmas, you can color change the lights to your, whatever your feel is for that day. And it's just a really, really great, I can't imagine our backyard without those. They add so much, and they're on timers, so much value, so much enjoyability. So yes, though adding lighting and then adding home decor out there just makes it feel like you're extending the inside out. Here we are at number 5. Last but not least, we're going to be talking about irrigation, just in case you wondered. Irrigation and how much that can help. Like a lot of people that don't have sprinkler systems in California, it's a lot of work. You're having to put the hose out and your sprinkler and or hand water. And I'm not saying potted plants or everything, you're going to have to hand water those, but irrigation for the front and backyard, that's why we prefer hardscape and turf and rubber mulch, because it's super easy to take care of. It can be environmentally friendly, and also it's great for dogs, it's great for children, and you kind of just have to do what's best for you. But if you have grass, you definitely need some kind of an irrigation system to make your life easier. If you don't have it and you're okay with watering and doing all of that, but it does make it so much harder to keep your grass green and from like hard spots not happening. But it's not, a must in a lot of people's lives, but it will make your life easier, and it will help keep your plants and your grass and your trees living longer and looking much better. So irrigation can that your sprinkler systems can be on a timer where it's 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there. You're not over watering things. You're not getting charged a super high water bill because you forgot about your sprinkler and it's on, now you have a puddle. So it just makes things a lot more tidy, a lot easier for the homeowner. And when buyers come in, they do not want to see puddles. And if they find out that you don't have an irrigation and they have to do it by hand, that might be something that deters them from the sale, or something that they might ask for funds for, or they might ask you to try to incorporate. So if you have an opportunity, it's a great idea to get irrigation for your front and backyard and your plants and trees and grass. But if you're doing it by hand, and you enjoy that, keep on doing what you're doing. But when you sell your house, it could be just a slight deterrent, but not something that probably will make somebody not purchase your home, but it would definitely be a deterrent for us. Because we know we don't have a green thumb, and things are going to get puddly, and it's going to be a mess for us and our dogs. So that's just something to look on, whether it's a timer or, drip irrigation, which is really good for water saving value, or if it's full-blown sprinklers and you can put them on a timer, it is an amazing thing to have. Also, if not, by hand, you're going to have to make sure that before you sell your property, for your enjoyment and when you're selling for the buyer's enjoyment, you're going to need to make sure you're extra watering, because it is, it's very tough in the California heat to keep things looking great. So that is for that. And then also some things that like smart water features like fountains or little ponds or koi ponds, those add relaxation and calming feel when buyers are walking by and as you're using your own yard throughout the time. And then when buyers come, it's just extra features that really look very beautiful, but they add appeal, but they also add that calming nature. Birds love them, hummingbirds love them. Like, it's really a nice thing to have. That doesn't use a lot of their smart water. They reuse the water and it recycles through. And so they're just great features to have, and you can get those at your local garden center or Amazon as well. And sometimes you do need to have electricity to be able to plug things in for lights and to help the pump go. But so just keep that in mind wherever you're looking to buy. You might have to have an electrician come out and get, make you an outdoor box. But electrical box, but other than that, those are amazing features to have. So those are the 5 landscaping tips that we can give to you that will not only help you as a homeowner while you're living there, but will also help to promote your property and really make people see that wow feature as they're walking through. And we hope that helps. So we are really grateful for all of you. Thank you for all of your support. Please, if you found this of value, or if you'd like to hear anything else, you can put it in the comments below. We love to look at your ideas and kind of answer questions or do videos on things that you would like to see. But please, if you could like, subscribe, and hit that bell, we'd really appreciate it. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Vivid Lifestyle Realty. You can go to our website, I cannot talk today, woo! You can go to our website at vividlifestylerealty.com, and they have blogs on there. You can look at properties, but we are here to help. Please make sure if you need anything, you reach out to me, and I will be more than happy to walk you through or answer any questions that you might have. So that's it for now, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.